Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. We are in the Lanayru Desert, and we have a big pit of sink sand in front of us, so let's get to it. Alright, so this one's a little bit different. You can see that the sand actually has a current. It's kind of moving to our right here. So what's going to happen is the shell is going to kind of move in that direction. So if you're chasing it, you need to make sure to compensate for that. But our destination is actually further down, and there aren't a lot of platforms to rest at, so we're going to have to use that to our advantage. If you want, you can go over there to that platform. There's a couple dig spots and a few Gerudo dragonflies, if you're into that kind of thing. But I'm not really going to bother. We're just going to take care of this guy over here. Alright, then we need to quickly get on his shell before he gets too far away. And we can kind of ride this for a bit down the current. That's what we're going to use to make our way to the destination, of course. So yeah, like I said, you got a pretty long time before the shell starts disappearing. So I'd say, yeah, there we go. It's starting to go, so let's make our way forward. And we got a guy over there we don't really even need to deal with. He'll just kind of leave us alone, assuming we stay on track. So there we go. That one was quite a bit simpler than the other one, I guess just because there weren't a lot of optional ways we had to go. So once again, before we continue on, we can take another path up the ledges here. And this area is kind of interesting. If we take a look here, let's get rid of this stupid dowsing thing. Whoop. There we go. That always happens every time I select that, because you have to point it down. That recalibrates. It's a pain. Anyway, you can see there's kind of this little pathway up here. And I think if we check on our map, it's, yeah, see, it's actually marked by a question mark up there. So that is something that we cannot get to yet, but we definitely want to keep that in mind for later. For now, though, we want to just kind of hop along the rocks placed here. Oop. And you can see we've got another minecart creating a shortcut, so it's always good. And this one I'm pretty sure we will actually use, so it's a good idea to make that. But for now, of course, let's head back across. Don't even need to worry about that guy. And down we go. Alright, so this is going to be the end of that section. As you can see, we've got a zone transition ahead, so got some hearts here if you need them. Otherwise, let's move on. Okay, so wow, look at that. Temple of Time. Pretty cool. So we're finally going to get to see kind of what this whole big crest is we've been seeing. Obviously, a very familiar symbol. So it looks like we're actually going to make our way over there. We got some cool stuff to do here. This is an area that you're not really in for long, and you only come to once, pretty much. But it's a pretty fun one. So again, another bird statue here. I don't think we'll be using this one, but it's worth grabbing all the same. Okay, so we've got some various minecarts. You can see a number of time shift stones all over the place. There's even one inside of there that you can just barely see. So we're going to be doing a lot of minecarting here. First things first, though, we need to take care of the one that is right here in front of us. And again, some more dragonflies if you want them. Oh. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this time shift stone. Yeah, I still haven't really calibrated this, so it's still a little wobbly. There we go. Alright, so I'll activate the minecart as well as a couple of these guys. I think they're called, like, tech goblins or something like that. I guess we can see. Technoblin. Okay, well, that was close. So yeah, the world's sophisticated weaponry, highly evolved civilization, electrical weapons, of course. Yeah, they also were the latest in their fashion. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Alright, so this is one of those examples where you can sneak up on them, so if you can catch them unaware, you don't have to worry about their big electrical sword thing, which can be pretty nice. Another ancient flower here, again, pretty good idea to be on the lookout for those. Alright, so it's the end of the line here. And yeah, we got all that stuff happening back there, but I don't think we're ever actually going to be on that island at any point, so don't need to worry about it too much. Now, there's a handful of things to do here. I'm actually going to calibrate this real quick because it's kind of annoying. Nope, it's this screen. Alright, we'll see if that's any better, and hopefully it will be. Alright, so we've got a handful of things to do here. This is the reason I calibrated, because we're going to be using the beetle a lot. I'm still kind of wobbly. I'm not sure what's up with that. But the first thing we want to do is fly this all the way up here. And you can see there's kind of a purple glow coming from this tree stump. So we can drop it in there, and you can see there's a time shift stone inside, which will activate. Whoa, nice. I like that tree. It just kind of randomly appears there. Alright, so a couple things to actually do inside. If you look closely, you can see there's actually going to be a Deku Baba coming out. So you can take care of that actually just in the minecart with your sword. You can just swipe at it. But I like to take care of it like this. And if you do it just right, I believe it is possible to hit the switch that's inside here in the same go. But I never seem to be able to do it, so being all wobbly doesn't help. I'm still not sure what's up with that, but whatever. Alright, and that'll open the gate. So, that's all stuff that you could do while you're in here. You know, so if you wanted, you could just pull out the sword and then slash the Deku Baba when you get there. And you'd have time to hit that crystal switch as well. It's good to take care of beforehand, so we can just have a nice leisurely ride. Got a goddess cube over there, which we actually will be taking care of pretty soon. And we also have some more, different form of Octorok here. Hides under rocks this time. So I guess a little more true to its name. But they're just as easy to beat. They just deflect their shots. Over here is another example where we can find sand cicadas, I believe. You can always tell because they make this kind of chattering noise. You know, like an actual cicada does. We have a lot of those around here, actually, so you hear that at night quite a lot. Yeah, see, they fly away if you miss. That was a pretty lame swipe. But you can't catch them that way. They're really not too bad. Just don't mess up, otherwise they're gone for good. So we'll just fill up on bombs here real quick. And you can see it looks like Gorko's actually made its way out here. He's just popping up everywhere. So, seems like you pop up everywhere, though. I'm one to talk, yeah, I guess. So it's the discovery of the century. It's a sacred place known as the Temple of Time. I believe I also saw a human who lives on the legendary Isle of the Goddess. And looked just like me. Oh, wow. So it looks like those are obviously Zelda and the other lady, the servant of the gods. I don't think we've actually got her name yet. But yeah, there was an explosion and the entrance is kind of caved in, so we're not going to be able to get past here, unfortunately. I'm not sure if the lady caused that or if something else happened, but we're going to have to find another way around just the same. Alright, so we're going to once again have to use our wibbly wobbly beetle here. Well, that's relatively straight. There we go. Alright, so in one of these rocks is a time shift stone. I believe it's going to be the furthest one away. Yep, there it is. So we're going to need to activate that. Alright, so it's going to activate these guys over here. You can see it looks like that guy's kind of hiding, so let's go save him. He saw us. Yeah, and these guys do require a finishing strike after getting knocked down by three hits. Oh, this guy was, he was like kind of inside the rock there. There we go. So thankfully, we caught at least one of them unawares. That's always nice. Alright, so you're safe now, buddy. You don't have to tremble like that. He looks so scared, doesn't he? They did a really good job with that animation. That was scary. Thanks for helping me. Yep. It's the Temple of Time. Within is the sacred Gate of Time made by the goddess. It's a job to patrol outside the temple. If you want to reach the Gate of Time, you have to pass through that door. But, yeah, we need another way in. So the Lanayru mining facility and Temple of Time are connected underground. And he's going to mark where we need to go on the map. So the map looks inaccurate. He's going to fix it for us. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of an interesting mechanic. We'll get explained a little bit more about that as time goes on. So the facility's just ahead. Good luck, of course. And he just goes to the wall and stands there. So a report. The map we possess corresponds to the actual terrain with only 35% accuracy. So he modified our map to show past terrain that's submerged below the sink sand. It's not really important for the time being, but it will be in a little bit. Alright, so as you can see, I don't think I guess we could just go ahead and bring this forward, because I believe this will get out of the range of that time shift stone over there, so just save us a little time. Okay, so we're going to have to activate this thing, because we pretty much need to head back a little bit here, since the entrance is, well, unavailable. Okay, so that'll activate all this, and you can see there's that goddess cube up there. I also want to grab this ancient flower. I almost ran off the ledge there. Alright, so this one we're going to have to actually get while we're riding the cart. It's pretty simple, though. We can just activate this, do it there. It's really simple, and even if you mess up, you can ride the minecart back, so there's no real worry there. But it's pretty easy to get, so there you go. So yeah, like once you get to this side, if you messed up, you could just hop back in, so no big deal. But we're gonna make our way across here. Got some more Octoroks. There we go, no problem. And again, this is back to see that island over there. That was the one I pointed out that we'll probably never actually go on. So this is the way you would go. You would hit that time shift stone up at the top of the screen if you wanted to just get back the way you came. But we of course don't. We want to continue on through this little cave here. Alright, and back in the Lanayru Desert area. You can see there's a lot of sink sand here, but this is where we're entering the area that the robot kind of modified our map. You can see we've got these little passageways kind of going in a web pattern here. We're going to be using those, of course, but first things first, we should probably take out that rock on the, I love that, on the tree there. So hopefully we can actually get them this time and not mess up. If you can take them down, they always drop 20 rupees, which is pretty nice, but unfortunately this one's far enough away that we're not really going to be able to collect it. So there we go, you have to just run into them. You can drop it on them, but I prefer to just run into them. You can see there's a red rupee way out there. I don't think we're going to be fast enough to grab it with the beetle here. Yeah, see, it disappears before I can get to it, so that's just too bad. Alright, so it looks like we're kind of stuck a little bit here. I mean, there's a platform over there, but like, where else would we really go? And this is where the map is going to come in handy. You can see we're actually right on one of these paths. So if we just kind of head over to this one, we'll get this little scene. You can see we're not sinking inside the sand. So she has information to report. We can confirm that we'll not be consumed in this current position. We can verify our location on the map. And readings indicate there's a submerged path. So it's possible to walk around the route above this path without submerging into the sink sand. Placing beacons to mark a safe route would significantly reduce risk. And she's also going to give us the ability now to place multiple beacons. You can see we've got 5. So if you're not sure of the path, you can just kind of place them along it, like put one here, put one here, put one there, and then when you go back out to the real world, you can kind of see the outline of where that path is. So having our map modified there has kind of helped us out in that regard. The paths are pretty obvious, though. I don't usually use beacons that much. You can kind of see like there's grass growing here, so there's obviously a path, and the ruins here, so we can run up. Now we've got some kind of big device here, and this is actually going to be that X on our map. So we've got this. We can't really do anything with it in its current state. So as you might be able to guess, one of these rocks is going to have a time shift stone. We can also get the bird statue here. And looks like it's in that one over there. This is one we can actually just walk up and hit with the sword, so you don't get many of those. Alright, so that activates the area around it, as well as a couple enemies here. Again, it's always a pain to have to fight 2 at once. There we go. See, that's why I advise vertical strikes, because that's pretty much the easiest way if you can get them in a horizontal line. That's pretty much the easiest way to ensure you don't accidentally hit another one that'll block you. So it looks like we've activated this guy here. We're not in his memory banks. Power generator for the mechanism that opens the entrance to the mining facility. Cool. But it won't budge until we activate the remote power nodes and set those 3 dials to access them correctly. Alright. So the materials used to construct the generator are also present. We can of course use dowsing to search for them. Alright, sweet. So yeah, this is kind of the main control panel that will open up the mining facility. Unfortunately, there are 3 power nodes scattered throughout the region that we're going to have to activate first. So yeah, it couldn't just be that straightforward, of course. So we can use dowsing. One of them is actually very close by, and I always like to get this one first. It's actually right there inside of that thing. So we can use the beetle. We want to... Oh crap, I think you saw us, yeah. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of a pain. No, don't launch yet. Yeah, it's kind of annoying once they actually get going. Alright, so we have a little bit of time here now. Hopefully we can grab this bomb and get back there and run into him. You really do want to take this one out. I know it seems like maybe a lot more work than it's worth. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. I know it might seem like quite a lot of work, but if you get hit while you're on one of the sink sand paths, it can have pretty bad effects. So it is really, I think, recommended to take that one out. And that is one that you might actually be able to collect. Okay, yeah, we're in the sink sand. Yeah, it took too long. Oh well. Okay, so this might be, this is one of those cases where it might be a good idea to kind of put a beacon along the path. We'll just put one here since it's a straight line. So that'll give us a good idea of where we need to walk. And of course over here is safe with some bombs on it. Okay, so now we can hop on this one. There we go, we got a crack in the wall here. You can see there's a time shift stone inside. We can also blow this one up. Yeah, it hit my shield. It probably took off a decent amount, but... okay, yeah, just a little bit. So I got both of them at once there. It's pretty neat. So let's go ahead and activate the time shift stone inside. You can see inside the middle one there is actually our destination. So we're just hearing that jingle all over the place. That's kind of cool. Alright, so this is the first of the remote power nodes. You can see we got a guy over here. So we're trying to figure out how to configure the device. You look kind of suspicious. I probably shouldn't be telling you how to do it. No. And don't let me catch you stabbing or fiddling with the device. No, thanks for the indirect hint there. See how we can, nope, there, target that thing. We can stab our sword. There we go, inside of it, turn it to the side, and push it in. And that will, of course, activate the first of the 3 dials. So that'll get marked on our map. Now, it's pretty important that it's marked on our map. You'll see why once we actually get all of them. It seems kind of random now. It's like why we would need to know where it is after we've done it. That will come into play later. The other 2, unfortunately, are not going to be quite so easy to find or actually activate. That one just happened to be standing out in the open. Alright, so for these other ones, we're going to have to go a slightly different direction. We're going to kind of hop off over here, and if we use our dowsing, see this one's actually pretty close by as well, so we're going to use our bombs here. And also, by the way, this is a pretty decent place to stand if you want to try to get tumbleweed. You can just kind of wait around and wait for one to go by you. You usually have enough time to get out the bug net and catch it. So you can just kind of look around, and eventually if you stand around here long enough, one of them will go by you. And alright, yeah, I'm tired of waiting because I don't really care about them that much, but trust me, that is a decent place to do it, so... Okay, so now we're inside of this building here, and this is going to be where our next power node is, and you can tell this one's a little bit more complicated than the previous one. We got kind of these dust piles all over the place, a couple barrels. You can usually break these to get supplies for your slingshot. There's usually, I believe, one of the ones up here. Well, I was trying to get it without climbing up. Yeah, this one up here will always have 10 bombs, so that can help you, because you will need them in this place. Okay, so we're going to have to get to, there's actually a time shift stone out there, which is going to be right in the middle. So, nope, not bug net. So if we roll this right, we might be able to hit it that way. Yeah, oh man, that was a perfect shot. Cool. And I find it a lot easier to do it that way, other than try to actually run out there, because those things will like ram into you and it could be a giant pain. You'll get sucked up in the sink sand. You don't want that. There we go. Alright, so that activates the time shift stones, and you can see it also does something to those guys. We'll check that out in a little bit. But for now, it's kind of activated this whole place. We can hop down. There's a couple of those technoblins kind of roaming around the place. But if we check this thing out in Call Phi, you can see this is the Ampulus egg. So it's an Ampulus that's reverted to its earliest form of development because of the time shift stone. So in its current state, it retains the ability to generate powerful electrical current. And we can hit it with our sword when it's not generating electricity, and carry it with the hook beetle. So yeah, these things are going to be important in these rooms. So, but before we do that, though, that guy's just staring at the chest like he wants to open it, but can't because he's supposed to be guarding it. But yeah, we can roam around this place, and there's usually a bunch of chests around. There's usually one that has 20 rupees, and I think the other ones just have like 5, but, you know, I think it's worth picking up anyway. and you get a few good opportunities to sneak up on those guys. Oh, that one saw us. Okay, and we can get this chest. Again, this one I think probably has 5 rupees, yeah. So, you know, you can get it or not. I don't know how worth it is. And I don't think this, yeah, well, that's where we just came from. Nope. Alright, then we can take this guy out. Oh, oh wow, I actually didn't bash him there. Yeah, it ended up being a little early. That was weird. Doesn't usually happen. Alright, so we've got this device over here. Once we step on it, 5 will tell us about it. And this analysis indicates you can restore to an operable state by inserting energy. And of course, we've got the little Ampulus eggs around here that generate electricity, so a little slot, you know what to do. Alright, so we're going to have to get this thing over there. As Fi said earlier, we can hit this with our sword when it's not generating electricity. So it's a pretty decent way of getting it over there. Just make sure not to mess up and accidentally hit it while it's charged. That would be bad. Okay, yeah, there we go. Get it in the slot. So whenever it opens its eye, that's when it's about to use its charge. So make sure just to wait first. There we go. Get it in the slot. And that'll activate the power source and open the gate. So yeah, like I said, the other rooms to get to these things are a little bit more complicated than the first one, but still not too bad, and actually kind of fun. You get to see the Ampulus eggs, so that's kind of cool. Alright, so there's our second power source activated. Cool. And we can break these barrels. There's usually not too much, just a handful of rupees. Maybe some seeds. Yeah. So yeah, they give you a lot of slingshot seeds. I guess they assume you're using that to hit the time shift stones most of the time. Alright, let's make our way back to the building. Don't get shocked by that thing on your way out. And we're done here, so let's leave. Alright, so that's 2 out of 3 of the power sources we need to activate. The next one is pretty close by, but it's going to take just a few minutes to get to. Alright, so let's see if I can remember exactly the best way to get here. Since this area is so wide open, yep, there's a tumbleweed. Since this area is so wide open, it can actually be a little bit of a challenge to kind of find your way around. So if we take a look on our map, the next place we want to go is pretty much right over here. You can tell, I mean, that obviously looks like a building, and this is where the power thing would be. So we need to find a way to get over to the southeast part of the map. So I believe this might be a good way to start. We can, oh, no, that thing activated. That's alright, though. We should be able to just run past it. Alright, yeah, I don't want to stick around too much because I don't want to get hit by that thing's boulder, so we can just run across here. Alright, so this looks like we're getting where we need to go. It's going to be actually right around here. We got a lot of these Ampuluses, so make sure to take them out if one spots you. Go. And they always drop 5 rupees, just kind of an interesting little thing. We can refill on bombs here if we want. Only needed 1, so that's good. Oh. Yeah, sometimes you like rebound off their shells. It's a little bit weird. Okay, so once we round this corner here, we're going to have another bird statue. So let's go ahead and grab that. And this is also going to be, if we look at our map, we have made our way around to the southeast corner, so it doesn't take too long. It looks a lot more daunting than it really is. But this room right here, we're going to have quite a bit of fun in. This is pretty much, in my opinion, I would definitely say it's the most complicated out of the 3. But still shouldn't be too much of a problem for it. You can see this room is quite a bit bigger. Still kind of the same layout, though. Nope, yeah, I'm going to take this thing out. Nope. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. If you don't take them both out on that second swipe, be very careful, because they will charge up as soon as they hit the ground. Right, so we can get our bombs and seeds here. It's probably a good idea to take this thing out. Okay, well... Yeah, and that's another problem, is they recover from their stun, then they roll and are invincible and blow up the bombs. That makes it a little bit annoying to try to take them out sometimes. But if we can do this right, I should be able to lure them over here. No, he didn't quite see me. Okay, there we go. There, we can do it like that and still have him in range to hit with our sword. So that's probably the best way to do it. It can be kind of a pain taking those guys out in these rooms. So if we roll the bomb over there... Ooh, I don't know if that's close enough. No, that rolled way too far. Let's try not to curve it so much this time. Ah, it's still curved over that way. Alright, we're going to have to get a little closer then. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, didn't quite make it. I was so close. I should have stopped to recover my stamina. That was my mistake. Alright, so we're going to have to take this thing out again. He should just run into the rock here, yeah. Oh, but he's not quite in range there with the sword. That's what I mean with these guys can be annoying to take out. Let's see if rolling it into him. Nope. See, sometimes that will just explode on contact. So, okay, we're kind of in a rough spot here. Oh. Oh, man. Thankfully, he was just barely close enough. Alright, so we gotta figure out where we are. Okay, so we're just back on that platform. I guess we can use this shell this time. And I'm not gonna bother with the dig spot, because I want to hurry up and blow up this rock before that thing respawns. Alright, so you can see that's where the time shift stone is in this room. But before we hit it, actually, we want to actually make our way to the other end of the room first. So if we can get across here... There we go. I don't know if this guy can actually roll up here. Okay, no, he can't. So, again, that makes it kind of a pain, because we do need to take this guy out. Oh, he can get up there. Oh, well, he hit the wall, so hopefully, yeah, we can get him before he recovers. So, taking these guys out in these rooms can be kind of a pain. It's a little bit technical. However, since we did take care of them, we can now ride the shell down to the other end. And it is pretty important that you do this first. Otherwise, you probably will actually have to deactivate the time shift stone and do this. So it's a pretty easy trap to fall into your first time. But we want to make our way back up here. Take out the yellow chew. Alright. Open the treasure, of course. And that'll get us some Elden ore. I don't know what Elden ore is doing in the Lanayru province, but I guess I won't ask any questions. Alright, so you want to make sure that we push this box off here, because that'll create a way to get up from that side. And that's pretty important, because once we hit this time shift stone, there's no other way to get back over to the far side where the actual gate is. So let's go ahead and open this thing, or activate this thing, now that we've made our path across. And once again, of course, we can scout around and find some chests. Might not be a bad idea to do that, since you can always use the rupees. Oh. That guy saw me through the wall, and he's trying to run through it. That's kind of funny. Alright, and I think we should have another one over here. Yeah, this one's actually guarding a chest, so we're not completely wasting our time. Oh. Not sure what happened there. It lost target. I guess he went too far into the wall. Alright, so, well, only 5 rupees, so maybe we were wasting our time just a little bit after all. Okay, so now, obviously, the objective is to get one of those Ampulus eggs over to that generator, and this is where we're obviously going to be using the hook beetle, so let's take this guy out real fast. And there might actually be, yeah, there's a chest over here, so we'll grab this as well. And another 5 rupees. Okay, so they're kind of jipping me on rupees a bit, but that's alright. Okay, so this is where we're going to be using the hook beetle, and thankfully with this thing we don't need to worry about it generating its electric current. I guess it's made of like wood or something, it doesn't really matter. So we can just carry it across the gap. As you can see if we look down, this is pretty much just a bottomless pit. So that's why you have to make the path to get over there first before you activate this thing. Otherwise there would be no other way, you'd have to deactivate it, be a giant pain. Okay, so now that we've got the egg over there, we can head over to the other side. And this this thing is inside. Cool. Yep, so like I said, this is pretty much the most complicated, I believe, of the 3 energy nodes we have to activate. There are, however, a couple chests over here. This one, I believe, just has might be a common material. Yeah, just the monster horn. I don't think we've actually gotten any of those yet, though, so that should be new to us. Yeah, cool. And this chest over here, if you can't tell by the running theme in this area, is going to be a blue rupee. So, whoop-de-doo, I guess. Alright, what we're really here for is this, so let's go ahead and stab. Oh, stab, there we are. And activate it, and that activates the last of the 3 power nodes. Sweet. Alright, so we finally finished all that, and Fi is going to confirm that with us. So let's make our way to the power generator in front of the mining facility. Sure. Alright, so back out we go. We're going to have to go across these boxes again. Oh, not up the wall. And we're just about there. Oh, oh man. Come on, you're at the door, Link. You can do it. You can make it. Oh, alright, good. Alright, so we've activated all 3 of the power nodes, and our next objective is to head back to that main generator and get everything working so the mining facility will show up. However, I believe this looks like a pretty good place to stop for right now. Of course, next time we will raise that up and get going with the Lanayra mining facility. So, come on, there we go. See, I don't know, the calibration is just way off. But anyway, that's what we'll do next time. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.